I'm gonna go live.
All right, what did we watch? The Wretched?
3, 2, 1. We're here.
We're here.
Also kind of queer.
And Dani likes it from the rear. Sorry.
What?
Oh, wait, crap.
No,
Your mom listens to this.
don't.
Hello, Kathy. Ignore that. Crap. Kathy likes me for some reason, so we have to ignore that.
We're gonna make those kind of jokes. Can we at least be accurate on them?
Cass's camera decided to put her in witness protection. There it is.
I don't exist here anymore. It's fine.
Which fits in with the movie we watched, The Wretched. I don't know why I said it like a radio host. Hey guys, welcome to WXLR. We're watching The Wretched. Actually, that sounds like a radio station.
It does.
Yeah.
The Wretched, and we only play ButRock.
Yeah.
For
Well,
those
if
that
we
don't know what
ever,
ButRock is, it's those radio stations that say we play nothing but rock. Those kind of radio stations, the ones that play the 5-finger death punch and shit.
I think if we ever just
butt rock.
fail at everything, that maybe we should just make
Wait, have we not already done that?
Nailed it, everything. I don't know. We're
We're
like
teetering. We're teetering.
We're on the brink.
we're not even mildly successful. We're just hanging on
By a thread.
by a little thread.
We have a good grip.
I haven't even
Yeah,
looked at the
we do.
Patreon in like a month, so I should probably look at that real quick. Maybe it changed. Maybe someone's like, "Where are you guys?"
We
No, we don't know. But hey, welcome to Apartment Theater.
Welcome to Apartment Theater.
Guys, guess what?
Episode 42.
Still 0.
That's okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
You know, have a Patreon. Check it out. It's Apartment Theater.
Don't.
There you go. Anyway, watch.
Do what everyone else has done and don't.
Yeah,
Look,
do whatever you want.
I
fine.
just want to say, me and Justin just got back from Boston Comic Con. Great time. Very
Very terrible
coaster of time.
convention.
So far, they
but-
have avoided the plague.
Yes, let's not jinx it.
I'm about
But
to say,
I got to
I'm
meet-
knocking on wood. I think the ceiling's made of wood. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
I
Close
got
enough.
to meet Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan, and
Nice.
I asked them suggestions on how to on podcasts because they have their own podcast. Fantastic podcast.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said just stay consistent. And I think we're doing a good job.
Delete your
staying consistent.
podcast and never talk to me again. Thanks!
Guys. Yeah.
Give me that signature now!
Words of advice from
Billy,
the Hobbsies.
Billy asked for our podcast name, so I told him. I think it was more successful than me talking to Elijah, though, because I went to talk to Elijah.
Because you
and
didn't
I
say anything to
I
Elijah?
didn't
You're
say
right.
Shit. Oh my god.
Like,
I had
oh God.
such. I could talk to every other Hobbit. I could talk to every other famous person, and then it came to Elijah Wood. I'm like,
The guy that's been doing horror movies lately,
I know.
and you couldn't talk to him?
I would have been like, "Hey, Daniel Radcliffe. So what's it like being?" That's what I would have fucking done.
I don't even think they look alike. I don't get how people
I
mix
don't
them
really
up.
do We
either.
should have
Not anymore.
We should have gotten business cards, so then I could have went to Elijah and be like, "You do horror movies? Well, I have a really bad horror podcast. We barely stay on topic."
We haven't even talked about the movie. We're 4 minutes in.
We are.
Everybody enjoys it,
Fine.
right? It's
Fine.
fine. It's fine. We gotta have a good time. People like hearing our bullshit. Maybe I don't know.
Some guy in Ohio.
We see you.
There's
guy in
nothing else to
Ohio.
do in Ohio. I guess listen to a podcast. Maybe this person
Really
is not even aware that they're even subscribed to us. Maybe they just accidentally did it and then just forgot.
Well,
Maybe.
you have to like listen for like 5 minutes at least for it to
Register.
register. So they're at least giving 5 minutes of their day to us.
Hey, that's more than I get for
I-
most things.
Yeah.
Ladies. Kathy, please stop listening to this part. He seemed okay, but now I think he might just be a degenerate. No, he was always like that.
No, he's always a degenerate.
We've always been degenerates.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think my mom had hope that, like, oh, maybe these people will make her normal. And it's like,
Nope.
no.
Me?
No.
Your mother has met me.
Your mom's gonna meet me.
Wait.
That sounded worse. I don't mean it like that.
A little.
Kathy, it's straight. I swear it's strictly platonic. Platonic. Whatever. Never mind. Let's not meet. I'll be elusive. I don't exist. I shouldn't meet anyone's mom. I'm sorry. One of my friends' moms actually hates me.
You're just digging yourself.
They got pizza one time and I didn't say thank you because she just kept staring at me and I'm like, I don't know what to do. She's like, you're welcome. I'm like, I'm sorry.
How dare you be impolite?
Oh my god.
Fucking piss my pants. Oh my god. I have to pee so
Why didn't you
bad.
pee before?
I don't know.
I'm pissing through my forehead here. God, it's hot as fuck right now.
Whose fault is that?
Not mine. What?
You. Wait, no, you didn't. You didn't choose to live in.
I didn't do anything. I didn't choose the weather. I didn't say, hey, make it hot. I'm gonna just turn up the thermostat here. No.
No, what was terrible was Boston had pretty okay weather, and then I came back home and it's like 20 degrees hotter.
Same.
Fuck this shit.
Same. The brunch place we went to, I grabbed the door handle and it felt like it was on fire. I'm like, I can't touch this. Abby, you gotta touch this. Like, what? Like, this doorknob has been cooking in the sun.
You're more acclimated to it than
I think they're frying the eggs on the handle.
They might be.
Let's talk about the movie we watched.
Yeah.
Speaking of mothers,
What?
Oh.
this weird movie had
This
some
weird-
shit about
This-
moms or something.
This
Yeah.
movie had a mom in it.
It did. That too.
It's a rare occurrence.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
So.
We watched a porno. It was called The Wretched.
It wasn't a
wasn't a
porno,
porno.
but it was my choice. So we watched The Wretched. It's on Netflix. It was in my watch list, and it was last minute because I forgot that I had to pick today's movie. So I picked it like yesterday at like 8 p.m. or some shit.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So, oopsies. So
Nice.
it's interesting. Pretty much.
I thought you were just gonna end it at that. It was interesting. All right, well, see you guys later.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Get out. Bye.
So, pretty much, the what's it called? Bio of the movie makes no sense to what's going on because the bio says the teenager awakens this creature in the woods when really it was just
That
the
sounds
mother
like a
and
porno.
the kid. Yeah.
I'm gonna awaken my
So-
creature in the woods.
So the mother and son go on a walk. The mom's kind of like a bit of a dick, to be honest with you.
Everyone's a bit of a dick in this movie. Like, what is
Except for
up
the main
everyone's ass?
The main character, Ben,
Me.
He was a bitch.
he tried. But so the mother wants to go pee. She goes pees and comes back and see that her kid's Dylan's gone. And we then thusly walk over to Dylan or pan over to Dylan, and he hears his mother's voice in this hole, like saying, "Hey, come here! Like I need help! Like I'm stuck in this hole." And I'm like, "All right, that's creepy."
I forgot that
expect-
even happened.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's got some zest to it. And then she picks up the kids, they go back home, whatever. That's the introduction of like the weirdness. Then we get the introduction of our main character, Ben, who broke his arm. We learn later why he broke his arm, but pretty much he did a no-no and was trying to steal drugs from his neighbors and then jumped out the window and broke his arm. So
I think that was a lie. I think he was lying to sound cool.
I thought he was
don't
gonna.
know.
I thought it was gonna be like the dad broke his arm or something,
Yeah. So
Maybe.
or he jacked off too
I don't know.
much.
He's with his dad like for the rest of the summer, so I'm gonna say yeah, he probably got in some kind of trouble. Maybe it wasn't
Yeah.
that, but he got in some kind of trouble. So the kid actually does complete opposite of what you think in a horror movie of like being unproductive. Like he actually tries to investigate and figure shit out and fix things. Like
Watches his neighbors fuck.
Yeah.
that was while eating chips. I think he had chips.
I need to watch this. Yes, they might be possessed.
mean-
I must keep watching.
He's
So-
a teenage boy. I feel like most teenage boys would probably watch their neighbors fuck
Oh yeah.
if they had
I
to.
feel like if
If
you
they're
had
hot.
if you had your window open and you just saw that your neighbors were fucking, you'd definitely be like, what's going on here? But you're not gonna be
Yeah.
like investigating, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah, you're just not gonna
Yeah.
walk into the room, you know?
You're gonna but
Yeah.
So after we get introduced to that character, it's nighttime. The neighbors are going to sleep. The neighbor mother has a baby and then has this kid she went on a hike with. And oh, how the creature even got there, I forgot. She hits a deer on the way home and then brings it home, and she goes to gut it, and the creature like crawls out of that,
Inside the deer.
which I thought was interesting.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, when it crawled
I was
out.
into it. Yeah.
So then the baby monitor stuff was a little creepy. I liked it. The lady heard the baby crying, and went to go check on the baby, and the baby stopped crying, so she went back to bed. Which personally, if I was my kid, I'd still go like, this baby was hard crying and then just stopped. I'm like,
Stopped.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would still go look at that. But then on the baby monitor, you see a weird shadow, and then you see like eyes like flicker, and
God, Cass.
hot.
Take a
so
shot for
then-
every burp that happens in this podcast.
Oh my gosh. Do I really have to go count that shit?
No, don't.
No.
It
Let-
would be entertaining.
let
least
let
four
other
at this
people
point.
listen to the show and figure it out.
Yeah.
So the creature takes the baby. The mother ends up back in the room. I forget why. And then the mother gets dragged under the crib, which I thought was an interesting scene again. Oh, she pulls off the cover of the baby, and it's just sticks.
Just dicks.
Just sticks.
Now that's
Just
where I
a
left this.
Dick baby.
So pretty much I was trying to find like a folklore that this was exactly behind, and the closest thing I could find was a boo hag, and just like hags in general in the folklores, but like
Yeah.
the boo hag, it wears the skin of people and is kind of like a vampire, and instead of taking blood it takes air or whatever.
A boo hag sounds like something
Boo
like
hag.
a larger southern lady that will find you in the alleyway of like a Sam's Club or something. I would watch that.
Alleyway of a Sam's Club.
Like I don't know, like if it's
just-
the dark parts of a Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
those-
do.
Every Sam's Club's got that weird dark club, like
Yeah.
dark
Well,
club,
they all
dark
got those boo hags in the back. It sounds okay. It's starting to sound like a slur. I'm sorry.
It kind of is, yeah.
So that's what I found on that. And for like creepiness, they just made the thing want to eat children, and take away children. So its main thing is actually
I mean,
it
Cass
makes
eats children.
Family, yeah. Children
Oh, I
children
stay
make you
young.
younger.
Mhm.
Their bones make a good broth. So
They do.
really do.
Good bread too.
Mhm.
But
Eyeballs for jam, Use all
Yeah.
the parts.
so that's what jams are made out of.
But so this creature thing to get the children. It makes the family forget the children, which I thought was interesting. Like, I thought that was really kind of like
I wish they would
cool.
kidnap me so I can be forgotten.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I don't want to forget you, Justin. You're
Yeah,
important.
Justin.
Cue the My Chemical Romance. That's the whole movie.
Anyways,
That's a whole movie. Yeah.
so
She makes you forget stuff.
and
your
kills.
I forgot
and,
that what
yeah,
this
kills
movie
a kid.
was.
I think that so the thing like ends up wearing the skin of the mother of the neighbor or whatever, which makes her way hotter. Like, she starts wearing way hotter clothing.
Yeah.
But when Ben notices something's up, he tells the kid Dylan, like, if you ever need anything, come to me, man. And then the one day he found Dylan in his room, which is interesting how his kid even fucking got there.
I don't think they lock their doors.
Maybe
Seems
I don't know.
like small town, like lake house kind of shit, right?
Yeah. But she threatened to snap his other arm, and I'm like, whoo, that's a nice little threat there. And so then we go through the story of the hag is slowly taking the children. And then he's also like wanting to like bang this chick. The sexual tension between him and this one chick, just, you know. And then towards the end of the movie, you find out that his family, forgotten his little brother. And they found out because they burnt the totem thing that was in the bottom of the house that had pictures on it. And all the photos got burnt, so everybody started remembering their kids. And that's when they remembered he had a little brother. And I thought that was a cool twist.
Yeah, so I think that's part of the synopsis where it's like this teenager awakens it. I don't think that the teenager I don't even know his name. Ben.
I think he fucks with it. I don't think he awakens it.
I don't think he awoken it, but it did follow him there to whatever, like to his dad's house, or where his dad was staying, and had already affected the family because he was already forgetting about his little brother on the trip there. Yeah, so I think it followed him there and then was just like chilling in the woods waiting for somebody else to show up with a kid.
You know,
because it
like
seems like she likes younger kids. Not so much teenagers, like maybe preteen and younger.
Which makes sense. There's a lot of like folklores really where and
snatching
just,
your
like,
kids up.
Snatching your kids, and also just like history where people find youth in like children, so they will kill children. Like the one queen, and I think it was in Romania, bathed in the blood of young women to keep her skin young.
That was
in the dark alley of a Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the boo hag.
In one of their bulk tubs, yeah. Absolutely.
We are not sponsored by Sam's Club. Actually, fuck you, Sam's Club. There. Now no one will like Sam's Club.
We're that important.
No.
The queen who bathed in blood was Elizabeth Bathory, and she's Hungarian.
Yeah. And I think she had the nickname Bloody Mary. I think she was one.
Yeah, I think so.
The originator, like,
or
one
like
of the backstories.
Yeah, she's suspected as being the backstory of Bloody Mary.
But
she's in she's in the game Fate Granddaughter. So if you want to see a slutty version of her, check it out.
When we finally get a look at the creature, when Ben goes to get his brother from the hole that the hag drags the children to. He finds his brother, breaks him out. He sees his neighbor, just Dylan, getting eaten by the hag. And then he also found... John actually was like, I'll be annoyed if he finds Lily, which is the girl he wanted to screw his sister. And I'm like, but it would make sense. If the thing was just now eating Dylan, then she could have recently taken Nathan, and we know she recently took Lily,
Took
so
Lily, yeah.
it makes sense to like just start eating him and not eat the other two.
Yeah.
But the creature, how she looks, she kind of looks like the Insidious monster from Insidious 3, I think.
I didn't
Never
watch
seen
it
it.
past the first one.
It's
Cass
got
and I
this
watched
weird,
that.
it's got
Yep.
this. The only reason I know is because I did a body paint of it. But it's got like
Oh.
this weird, like it's blue instead, but its mouth area is like ripped open, like the skin isn't there.
Oh, it
and
doesn't
then
have
it's
lips. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
The lips are removed, basically.
Looks like my
But
ex-girlfriend.
oh, she
Yeah.
also like will talk into people's ears and make them do stuff that she wants. It's almost in a sense like a weird combination of like multiple folklores and like a siren.
Yeah.
So, and then the policeman went to go drown the kid, and the dog that it's just this dog. I like the dog goes attack the policeman. The policeman
But then
shoots
the
the
dog
and then
gets
shoots himself.
shot. Yeah.
He's fine at the end of the movie, though. This
Can
So
I
weird.
can I be honest with you guys about this movie?
you hated it.
I was really bored.
I was pretty bored too.
I was zoning, and when it was over, I didn't even realize it was over. For some reason, Breaking Bad started playing like a trailer for it. It's like, God, Netflix, give me a second. Jesus, you had like the credits roll for like 2 seconds, and then watch Breaking Bad. I don't.
Yeah. I think I paid more attention to it because I like folklores, and it was trying to do a folklore kind of thing.
Yeah, it seems like this thing was doing a folk snore.
Man.
Kill me.
I mean,
There were some scenes that I liked.
yeah.
There's a lot of cool aspects that I like that I didn't see in horror movies. Like at least recently.
But
it wasn't executed well. Like the story seemed a little muddled. Like if they had like a stronger base story to it, it would have, I think, been a lot more successful.
I thought
Because I don't think their idea was bad. Like I think it was an okay idea.
I thought the characters were flat. I felt like I didn't give two shits about what was happening to anybody that was happening. Like, and then there was some characters that were there just to be a fucking roadblock, because if he got to do whatever he was wanting to do, something interesting might have happened. Like the bully asshole dude, just being an asshole and starting a fight just so that he can't get to the person. It's like, I think it would have been a lot more interesting if he could have chased after the person and then end up in like the weird, creepy, whatever the fuck thing. But then the movie would have been like an hour shorter or whatever. But I mean, this movie was like 90s, so.
This movie slightly reminds me. Have you ever seen Mama?
No. I
No.
don't think so.
All right, so Mama, these two kids get lost in the woods. I forget if they get lost in the woods or what. Mama is a ghost that died, and she had two children when she died. So like she started taking care of these kids, and the kids kind of turned feral almost because they were so young when they got lost in these woods. And somebody finds them, brings them back, and starts making them. The younger one that was really really young when they like got lost, just pretty much stayed feral. And the other one started to learn. But when the ghost felt like this family was like taking the kids away, it started doing shit because it's like, my kids, I want them to come with me, and it's constantly trying to bring them with her. Kind of. I'll have to like. You guys will hate it because I hate it too. But
Great.
Perfect.
But it kind of gives me that idea. And then at the end, we find the girl that he totally wanted to screw, that was Lily's older sister, ends up being like the new skin for this creature, because throughout the whole movie, whenever this thing's by anything, the flowers start to die. And before he leaves for the summer, because now his parents that are divorced now want to be together, she gave him a flower, and he got in the car and went to go smell the flower and be cute and realized it was a fake flower. And then at that point, she's teaching 3 kids on the lake how to, quote unquote, how to row the boat. But we all know she's just gonna kill them.
Gonna drown him and eat him.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I will give props to whoever did the audio of the sounds of eating in this movie.
That's just how I normally sound.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking gross.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking gross.
It was very wet and very gross.
Yeah.
Just like me right now.
Like, I'm not somebody who gets like super grossed out by like the sound of eating.
Yeah.
I don't tend to have that issue. Like I can, if you're eating exceptionally loudly, like it's annoying, but I don't have the tendency of wanting to harm you if you eat loudly. But like this was very wet sounding and unpleasant, and I'm like, yeah, I could do with less of this, but like in a way that it's like selling the point that it's trying to sell, that like this is gross. So I actually appreciated the sound mixing on that.
I do think the beginning of the movie that like I kind of forgot that there was a beginning of it.
Yeah, I forgot that there was this kid that got lured. I'm like, who are they talking about for this? Like, this is kind of random. Like, oh, it did happen at the beginning.
Yeah, in like the 80s, I think it was. A girl was babysitting, and she hears something downstairs and goes to investigate it. Personally, if the house is empty and I'm hearing creeping shit, I'm leaving the house. But she goes downstairs and then sees the mother eating the daughter, and like blood's everywhere. And she goes to run back upstairs, and the guy slams the door, and then you just hear her getting pretty much smashed around.
Yeah. Which I thought after that scene, they had a thing up that said like 5 days ago or 5 days earlier.
It said 5 days, or it said 20 days or 20 years earlier, and that's when you get that. And then the next time is 5 days earlier, so we're getting 5 days prior to what is going on to the end of the story, which kind of made no sense. They could have left out the 5 days and just like, now he's just in this town.
Yeah, so like, I mean, maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. I don't know. But like, it seemed like the timeline stuff was like, didn't make sense and like didn't add anything to the story.
It felt. Does this kind of give you like a CW vibe? Like
a little bit. I'm actually not really speaking of CW, but I think the house in the beginning is actually one of the houses used in It.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's Georgie and what's his face's house. I think.
Oh, maybe this is just a long lost cousin to It.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, is that fucking Georgie's house? Like, that house looks like it's from It. I meant to look it up to see if it was.
But then you forgot that you watched this movie.
But yeah, then
just
I was
like
doing
the
other
movie.
stuff. So
the photo or like poster for the movie looks pretty cool.
I thought it was going to be an animated thing.
No.
I thought it was going to be a little animated too, but I don't know. I didn't mind it. I thought like when you see the first, when she has her first skin on, the first like woman she kills, starting to deteriorate because it's like rotting. I thought that was interesting. Like it's falling off because it's rotting, and she's like moving. Like you can see it's like moving in the skin, like that. It's more like clothing rather than like.
Yeah,
like,
I like that.
I thought.
Yeah, I liked that.
Like it had really cool aspects to it, and it just really like. It lost it. Like it could have been better. I think they had an idea. I think they had good shit, but it just was executed subpar.
I felt that I liked when she was talking to him at the house, like through the screen door or whatever, and telling him that he was a stupid kid, and like just very monotone to him. Because I'm so glad it didn't turn into this like creepy voice thing. It was just like flat. Like we're just you're a stupid kid. Like I'm gonna get like I was like, okay, this is cool. I like
stupid kid. I'm gonna snap that other arm.
Yeah. And the other thing I liked was the monster coming out of like I think it was like someone's stomach or something. And it was
was it the deer?
Well, no, it did it again out of Sarah, the father's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, where it was like prying out of it. It was like, ooh, this is cool, but like you don't really see the monster too much. And
which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Like, I like that they didn't shove in your face what it looked like.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was, like, Googling it, trying to figure out what's going on.
Wikipedia.
Like, yeah, that was funny. They definitely did that as a joke.
Yeah.
And then the note under the door. Well, you know what you're looking at? It is someone drew the fucking Wikipedia thing. It's like, okay, you didn't need to do that. That I was like, it's okay, funny, that looks stupid.
I like when it like gets shoved back under his door too. Like she was just like, yeah, okay.
I felt like the ending was very anticlimactic too. It's just like, here's the dad ram his truck into the tree, and then
I want to know how he even knew to go there.
Yeah, and then it was just over. Like, oh, okay.
And then,
well, I'm assuming he like suddenly remembered his son, Nathan.
But how do they know he was there?
They all remembered him.
Yeah.
It just felt very convenient.
Yeah, it was very convenient. And he's like definitely bleeding out. Like he should have been passed out by then.
Yeah.
Like that was just too convenient. I don't know. I like the idea at the end of the movie when all the pictures are burnt from the totem that it has. That you find out he has a brother that he forgotten. When he was on Wikipedia, it said it feeds on the forgotten, so it makes you forget like children and then eats the children.
So maybe that's why they made this movie so boring, was so that you would forget, so you'd feel like the characters in the movie. So it's really extending itself out to you. And when the movie makes you feel what it's feeling, then it could be considered it's a work of art at that point. You're feeling
you're really reaching here.
Yeah, you know.
I do like when he was looking up the about like what could be going on, the one photo that was talking about the creature, and you can see it's somebody that like almost like they're slipping on pants, but you could see its skin and it's stepping in the skin. I'm like, oh, I like that photo. So that was
wouldn't have minded something like a little scene like that. Would have been fun, I think.
Like slipping on the skin.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't, because they had like decent ideas to like prove the point that it's wearing skin.
I think if they just would have had something interesting going on around that stuff, it could have been a decent film, but it was
I
just
like the whole
boring.
When Sarah becomes the creature, and he goes to like attack her or whatever, and she like gets cut, and then the father's like, my son's going psycho, and it's just it also gets annoying because the kid's like begging his father to believe him and like to go see it, and that's where it's just like, man, it feels so shitty when you're trying to like just like, please believe me, this is happening, and they're just like, no, fuck you. They're not even like giving you the time of day.
It felt like they wanted this movie to be more I don't know, like more of like a thriller of like, oh, these kids are disappearing, the parents are acting like the kids never existed type thing. And I think it would have been a little more interesting if it would have been more of like a mystery of like, where are these kids going that these parents are saying disappeared, and everyone's acting like kids disappeared. And then he stumbles into like the monster pit thing, and that's where he sees the nasty ass
Yeah.
looking fucking creature thing. Like I think that would have made it a little more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a movie that's already done that like a million times, but
Probably, yeah.
I do like that they had bones and stuff, and it's a little crypt, like so it looks like it. Like,
it's like
they did
Cass.
add.
I have something for this. Which, by the way, I don't understand the iconography of the fucking deer skull in this. Like, I feel like they just added it for the like creep factor.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying because in pagan lore, in pagan like beliefs, the stag is a very like.
It's a god.
Yeah, it's for like depending. It's got different meanings, but like rebirth.
Uranus or something.
Yeah, so it's not a bad god.
Yeah, it's just a fucking horned god that like chills in the woods. Like
it's just minding his own fucking business.
For some reason, I thought you said pagan lore, and I was like, "Bone in my crypt" sounds like a really good video.
Bone in my crypt, pagan lore.
If you guys want to see that, check out our Patreon. Actually,
yes.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I'm not weird.
I like that now. You're just gonna say sorry to my mom all the time.
That would probably happen in real life too. Just be like, I'm sorry that I'm existing right now.
Well, I have a couple deer heads, and now I feel like I gotta go get my deer heads.
You guys can't see it, but the internet can. I'm filming right now. So the Wretched has like a deer skull mask thing that it wears. I have an actual deer skull. It's a doe, not a buck. That I'm holding. That's in very good condition, actually. Shockingly, it's one that my father hunted. Anyway, do you see the size comparison? Do you see what it looks like? Like, why are this one's eyeballs like on the front of its head? That's terrifying. Yeah. That's predator shit.
Yeah. If they were to take it and alter it and obviously be altered so then it could be like a front face, then that's fine. I at this point I could just go dig out the buck skulls I have, but I don't feel like doing that.
I do not own skulls.
But like
here are my Legos.
Still, I think whoever actually designed and made the deer skull mask that is worn in there, which I still don't get it, did a fairly decent job of like detailing it and like making it look somewhat okay, even though it's like anatomy bad. It still looked decent in terms of like, oh, okay, I know what you're trying to sell here and give me, but at the same time I'm just like, I do not understand the connection between having a deer or a stag skull with this creature.
There's no comparison at all.
She's a witch in the woods.
So it's honestly like something that like irritates me a lot when it comes to movies is like because so many people will see the stag head and like they think pagans are so like terrible that they're just gonna try to correlate the stag's meaning and the stag's face to something bad when it's not. And that's just going to be shots fired at frigging we know what religion just hates every other religion.
I also considering there was like a cannibalistic aspect to this, I feel like this arguably could be a super bastardized version of a Wendigo. If you know what I'm talking about.
What kind of RV is that?
The best kind, Justin. Which, as far as I'm aware, does not have iconography with a stag head. It is literally just like some motherfucker who's been banished to the woods, cursed by somebody, and is a cannibal. Like, they just kind of look fucked up.
So, Wendigos get like banished to the mountains and stuff, and how they become a Wendigo is they fall into cannibalism, and that's how you become one. And really, their features are just really gross and distorted.
Like mine.
Like
Yes.
what's it called? Until Dawn. Until Dawn does a good job making them like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, somehow there's like an overlapping, and I don't know where it happened, of like Wendigogos and fucking horned gods from Europe crossing paths. Thanks, Hollywood. It is just I feel like that's what they were doing in this too. I feel like they were taking lots of different folkloric stories from various areas and mixing it together to try and make a sellable story. And it really wasn't that sellable.
Oh no, not at all. It's just
It's a CW show with body horror mixed in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything well. Really.
Another thing that you could go again, a Skinwalker. That's also something that like could have.
Paddington.
Yeah. I still didn't watch the end of that movie. But we were entertained by the other movie, the child abduction.
Abduction?
Abducted in plain sight or whatever.
Yeah, a movie about a bunch of fucking idiots.
Oh my fucking god! Let's not even start on that one.
Yeah.
But
Cass, you should watch it. It's interesting. Anyway.
So yeah, it annoys me that they're trying to take a good symbol and make it evil because they think it looks creepy. This movie had great aspects. It's just they missed their aspects they were shooting for.
Yeah. Overall, would you recommend The Wretched?
Not really. I was bored.
Me too.
Like,
the cover art is deceiving.
Yes, it is. Because I thought it was going to be something cool, and it wasn't.
Yeah, the cover art was.
But isn't that most horror posters?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they all fucking misleading? Like
every single one.
Every mid to low budget 80s fucking horror movie had stellar artwork with a not so stellar movie. Look at Robo Vampire. Actually, that movie is incredible.
It really is.
Never mind. That actually lived up to the art, so.
Except for the helicopters. There were no helicopters.
So yeah, this movie was boring. I will forget that I ever watched this. I honestly forgot that I even watched it when we were going into it. I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to say anything, but luckily we talked about it for 40 minutes. So.
Well,
talked about it for a long time.
But also a solid 15 minutes of that was just fuck all.
Digging around.
You know what? Yeah. If maybe some people will like it if we dick around for a little bit. If you like to dick around, stick around for what I have to say. Follow us on the social medias. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Did I already say TikTok? I'm going to say it again. TikTok. We're on TikTok. We're on TikTok. And we're on TikTok. We're also on Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, TikTok, and Instagram. And Patreon.
You know there's a restaurant around the corner from me that's called TikTok?
Yeah.
Which we're there.
There once.
We're eating there right now.
We ate there once, and it wasn't that good.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I was disappointed.
I was too.
All right, get the fuck out. Bye.
Get the fuck out. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe to the Patreon. I desperately need to shower, and I have no money.
I just want to say one thing before we go on is I really appreciate, I'm sorry, famous people giving us advice of not giving up, and we haven't given up. Also, Their podcast has the best fucking name, since obviously they're from Lord of the Rings. We know them from Lord of the Rings, and their fucking podcast is called The Friendship Onion.
It's the Friendship Onion.
I love
I've
it.
listened to them a couple of times. I've watched their like recordings on YouTube. It's pretty funny.
I
They're
like
good
it.
stuff.
They're entertaining.
Bye. Get out.
They're good
Fuck off.
people.
Bye.
Bye.